Hello, hello, hello. How are we this fine evening? Monday night, best day of the week. God bless work. Am I right, fellows? Cheers. Remember to hydrate. Today, we consume items that I did not intend to. Beautiful. Beautiful. Hey, Garrett says thanks for the tip. Remember to tip your delivery drivers? COVID is a very difficult time for literally everyone, but especially the fucking gig economy workers.
The power of
Wow.
the dragon's blood.
Take care of them.
I'd see it with my own eyes.
Hey,
Who are you?
welcome.
My name is Emma.
That's alright.
I'm a doctor
You spend as long as you like here, and
What master?
if you have to do some reading later,
But for his
that's
safety,
perfectly respectable.
I cannot reveal his identity. However, my master gave explicit orders to assist you in any way I can.
Emma is
I'm
the
not
finest
telling you
friend
to trust me. However,
that a shinobi could ever
I
have.
must fulfill my master's orders.
I have nothing but respect for her.
Water you possess. That was originally a creation of mine.
She created my drinking gourd?
And I will assist you in that capacity.
You made this gourd.
Yes. It was intended for Lord Kuro.
It's intended for Lord Kuro, but I'm cooler.
I'm sure you may have noticed, but the medicinal waters in this gourd spring forth on their own. Even after being emptied, you will find it full again after a short rest.
Yes.
Ah, short rest, yes. I see. Not a long rest. That's
Bring
important.
me gourd seeds.
Gourd seeds?
Yes. Medicinal waters flow from gourd seeds. Adding new seeds will increase the volume of these medicinal waters. If you find any,
You
bring
know,
them to me.
All right.
I know a bunch of med students.
I'd like to make
I know a bunch of med students who tell me how hard
Please
medical
show me
school
your
is.
face.
What?
But she says you can just have gourd seeds
This
and
white
medicinal
mark,
water flows from it.
is it a birthmark?
So,
Then
is it really that hard, or
it appears on
just grow more gourds? Am I
who
right?
received the dragon's heritage, or perhaps it's a symptom.
Are you done?
Yes, I'm sorry.
That was rather rude of me. Don't comment on people's birthmarks, okay? Speaking as someone who grew up very self-conscious about my teeth and my ears, don't comment. Don't comment. Gourd farming is a fine skill. I think that is true and
Never seen
uncontroversial.
Your name? Won't tell me. But you do have the look of a skilled shinobi. A shinobi. Or perhaps...
I am a skilled shinobi. Hello, welcome.
Face me in battle.
I will face you in battle. Let's go! Forgive me while I'm bad. Take it back, I'm good.
Damn. Still alive.
Same, dude. Hello and welcome. We're playing Sekiro.
Swordsmanship. It was a thing to behold. Few had managed to kill me in such a thorough manner. What
Thorough.
you? Some call it undone.
You guys seen The Big Lebowski?
Others infested. I can't die, so...
She's like, I'd like you to see this doctor.
How about you?
He's very thorough.
What brings you to a rundown temple like this?
I don't know, that's what I thought
You
of.
have a lot on your mind. Say, why don't you use me for some sword practice? Might come in handy for whatever your mission
A true comrade is willing to die for you to get some sword practice.
Useful to you. I volunteer mine. Well,
Very well.
Right then, they say, swinging once.
Fellas, is it gay to spar with swords?
In that case,
Alright. So for those of you who don't know, Sekiro is a sword fighting game in its heart. The goal is to break the enemy's posture bar. Once they break their posture, it's usually a one-hit death blow. Just like that.
excellent. I expected no less of you.
And then the deflect
I stand.
is the other side of it. This is what makes the game truly special. In the most tense boss fights, you'll have attacks and deflects constantly going on at high speed, and it's like straight out of Sword of the Stranger. I'm talking that good anime sword fighting. And it looks like that. Usually better than that, but you get it. But you get it. And then it opens up from there with undeflectable attacks that you have to counter in other ways. It's truly satisfying. Just wait till we get to like the first boss. You will be pleased, I think. This game, in my opinion, has done the most for advancing like the standard action adventure genre than any other game in like the last 10 years at least. Like if the Souls games were like an interesting new take on like RPG action mechanics, this is the next logical step from that, or maybe even better. I sing high praise, basically. Greatest game ever made, is all I'm saying. Is all I'm saying.
About our training. Come at me with no better way to prepare. What's wrong?
Why do you go?
Half to pass the time. And the other half, I want to loosen that furrowed brow of yours. All right. Enough talk.
That's a real friend. That's a real friend. Let's do it.
Now, let's begin.
Yes.
Free combat, the fundamentals. This was such a good idea to implement a trainer at the beginning of the game that you can always access just to practice timing of everything, because really that's what it is. It's not a stat game. It's not a stats game like a classic RPG. It is a skill that you must learn and develop. And this is the type of game that's got me torn on that. This is the type of game that's got me torn on the easy mode discourse, you know? Because I truly believe everyone should be able to play every game. And I think there is a solution here. Because I think that games like this, if you just make it extremely clear what the intended play version is, then you can add in the ability to make an assist mode, like Celeste. Celeste is the best example. You can have an intended play experience, and then you can have an assist mode where people can change the speed of the game or things like that, like pause the game in between actions so that you can have everyone be able to play a game while still understanding what the intended play experience is. Because I think for most able-bodied folks that it is a very, very good thing to have a challenging and difficult experience like this. I think it's a lot of fun. But also it just sucks so much for all of the disabled people who can't play standard video games. And you know what? I think it's time for developers to be making more of an effort. Make a difference, folk. Write your local game devs. Tell them they fucking suck. Change it. Rest, bless, stress. Okay, so I have at least one person who will be joining us tonight. I don't know when they will be joining us, but at least one person will be joining us tonight who has read the first 3 sections of the theory reading for the week. I don't have a format planned out. I don't have any notes. I've got my phone with the book on it and quote highlights. So if ever you guys want to start, hey, he's here. Welcome to the stream. It's lovely to see you. Yeah, I don't have a format set up. I was just going to kind of go in chronological order of the book, read some quotes out, talk about some thoughts I had. Unless you had some thoughts first. It's a good read, I tell you what. Really fighting that black pill energy. They say Kropotkin's Bread Book is a good book to read if you want to feel optimistic about things. But yeah, we can take 15 minutes, absolutely. I think you're the only person who's read, so whenever you want to talk about it, you just type it out in the chat, baby B. Hey, maybe don't. I'm telling you, it feels like I'm home. I'm not good yet, but I'll get there, I swear to God. I swear it. I swear it. You know, I have slept on Twitch for a long time. I thought that I would never really be able to get into Twitch. I didn't understand the purpose of it over, a YouTube video. But when I started streaming, I was like, you know what? Let's get on Twitch. Let's follow everybody that you love from YouTube. And then I found more people after that, and I found more people after that. And just being able to have a conversation while people are playing games and just the lovely, positive energy. Obviously not from the gigantic, massive channels, but definitely from the ones that are able to talk to you. It's just such a good time. Like this morning, I highly recommend, if you guys are interested, checking out, please tell me that's right? I think that's right. His channel is beautiful. He is a writer and a voice actor, and this morning he did a creative writing stream where he is writing a book, and everybody in the chat gave ideas, and we talked about fantasy tropes, and it was such a wonderful time. I seriously highly recommend just getting in on a small channel and just talking to people. I spent all day doing it. I did skip work because fuck work. It was a beautiful time. And I want to be able to cultivate that energy. I want to bring it to the people. Oh, bullets can be deflected. I forgot. That is a non-sponsored plug, everyone. It's just a channel I was enjoying today. Oh, I'm not sneaky enough. Hey! ADD diagnosis. Hello, earlier than expected. It's nice to see you today. Yeah, Taylor, I actually have basically self-diagnosed with ADHD. I feel like, I don't know, I haven't gone to a doctor yet. Same, Ian says same. Ian was kind of opening my eyes to it, because I know he was talking to Tim a lot about it. I know we had a lot of the same shit going on, and then I follow so many people on Twitter who talk about it, who are like ADHD or otherwise neurodivergent, neuroatypical activists. And I have learned so much more from them than I ever have from anyone else in my entire life. So basically I need to go to a doctor soon. I do technically have insurance right now. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Mom. Nah. Nah. Yeah, dogs still suck. Anyone who has played the new Sekiro content, Ian, I'm looking at you. Can you please explain the purple bloodstain mechanic? I don't understand it in the slightest. Is it just bloodstains? Is it just how people died? Or is there more? Yeah. Also messages? Interesting. So they added in all the other... It's like a short recording of people. You can choose when to start and end the recording, so it's not just death. What's the purpose of that? What does that get across? Guide you to items and shit. Oh, so it's like completely visual messages. Oh, hello. Yee, okay, I kind of like that. I kind of vibe on that idea. Yeah, because I know one of the big... Yeah, there are some interesting jumps and hidden things that I missed completely on my first run-through. Speaking of, please do, if you guys are watching, let me know if I'm about to miss something. I do want to do the 100% all bosses run. I want to get every boss. So please do let me know if I'm missing something as I go along. I'm not interested in avoiding spoilers here. I'm here for the gameplay. I'm here for the games. For the games. So full disclosure, I've been doing this bit for a little while. I don't know if anyone's noticed, where I put a ghost up in the background, waiting for someone to comment on it, and then I pretend like it's not there. It has been my experience that this bit is falling flat. And I wanted to take a little bit of a poll. That's not going to be like... I thought it was going to be a one-off too, but then people decided to never ever comment on it, so it just kept staying. But that's not going to be like triggering for anyone who's had run-ins with the clan, is it? I thought about that before the stream today, and I want this to be a safe environment. Should I be worried about that? I kind of like having a ghost friend. It's a little on the pointy side today, I know. It does look a little coney. I think it might be time to take that down. Oh, hello. That's not the right button. Ah. No. Brother, you what? Forgive me. Yeah, I think it's time to take that down. Gourd seed! Doctors beware. I'm coming up on your turf. My gourd farming. Fistful of ash. Fistful of ash. I'm gonna take him down.
I love him, but... That's horrible idea.
That's fine. That's fine. Rift Ghost. That was my Halloween costume. I decided it's not worth the joke. Rip Ghost again. Good joke. Good bit. Appreciate that. I got my first follower yesterday who is not a close IRL friend. I thought that was worthy of celebration. It's already happening. Look, this might be blue sky thinking, but I only make like $25,000 a year. It would be pretty easy to replace my full-time job with streaming. I ain't make shit, dog. Now remember, eavesdropping in real life is rude. Oh yeah, I'm having a great time. I mean, any chance that I get to go through the whole Soul series again is like, and it's an excuse to buy games that I've missed out on, like the Obra Dinn. Hello, it's nice to see you. I missed that whole conversation. Someone clue me in. What did I miss? Wow, that was really good. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Oh. Look, I promise I'm good at this game, okay? I promise. Just give me a sec. Just give me a sec. Where's that gun coming from? Where's Mr. Pew Pew? Not in here. Just bury the Blazing Bull. Yeah, okay. No, the Blazing Bull abused firecrackers. Just like every other boss in the game, abuse firecrackers. You think I'm joking, but I'm not. Sekiro is... Yeah, Sekiro is Spider-Man. It's kind of hard to deny it, to be perfectly honest. I was gonna say Sekiro is cooler than Spider-Man, but then I thought twice. Okay. Maybe don't, actually. How's everybody feeling today? I hope your Monday was alright. I know sometimes they can be pretty bad. But sometimes they can be alright. You know, and I think that's beautiful. Don't forget to hydrate. It's another bit that I'm going in on. School sucks, am I right, fellas? Yes. Yes. I could speak at length about how much school sucks, especially higher education is a complete scam. I was saying in another chat earlier today that I was raised, I spent my entire life learning how to be an oil baron, and now I'm an eco-socialist, so I guess we're all fucked. Let me in. That was in fact. Couldn't be me. Escape the trap before you get in. Make them pay for your school. Alright, it's time for the bell. I think I gotta do... Like, you gotta do,
Who is it?
the Hirata estate first, right?
Yes. That voice. No.
I haven't played
My name is Inosuke
any
Nogami,
Genshin Impact
vassal of
in a good while. It's
I ask a favor.
too much
Might you
exactly a
reveal the
job.
lady in that
I have a job already.
She's my mother, but her mind is failing. She cannot tell one from another.
We'll see if there's another big content drop. We'll see.
Sir, please. She doesn't know who. She may have lost her mind.
Anybody else forget to refrigerate their beer and then drink it warm?
Oh, is that
Or just me?
Inosuke? My son. What? Does your stomach hurt? Well, and take this bell. It's a Charlie's. Offer it.
I will offer to the Buddha. Give me the bell! Chow is sexy. It is impossible to deny. But it requires me to do dailies. And if I have to do dailies in a video game ever again, I might actually kill somebody. Why would I do that? Why would I continue to play... Why would I continue to play content that is designed around making me unhappy so that I spend money on it? You know, I legitimately had an emotional breakdown, like Mitchell Gordon. I legitimately had an emotional breakdown. I was just absolutely furious over the fact that everything is designed to make me unhappy so that I spend more money. And I couldn't handle it. And it was all because of Genshin Impact. So in case you're wondering if I recommend the game, no, I do not. Then again, I also spent a lot of money on it, and I played a good fucking amount, so I guess there's that, full disclosure. I also like to gamble, but not when I'm using real money. I'm a simple man. I like Monopoly money. I guess I can't use that phrase anymore, huh? Ha ha ha. I am a simple person. The things you say for your entire life uncritically, you know? Before you realize you're one of the gays. This is bad. Yep. That was bad. But I get my thing, right? I get my thing?
Loyal wolf, take my
I mean, yeah, that's entirely Vegas. That's the whole Vegas. Psych! I want to go to the Hirata estate. How do I feel about Guy Dude Brother? I am still your brother. I am dude positive. I guess Guy is fine. Yes, I had a whole bit about this last time. I also disagree with playing in English. I'm doing it for the stream. I'm doing it for the good people who can only listen. Hello, welcome. My brother Peen likes English, so the moderator has spoken. New training option available. How much you want to bet at sweep attacks? My name
You may.
is Gyobu Masitako Oniwa. Wow. There's a lot. Do I have to do all the trainings to do his questline? Anyone? Okay, then I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
When do I fight Goku? I fought him once already in the tutorial, but you do fight him 2 more times in the game, don't worry. Yeah.
I expect less of you.
Genichoku. What's Goku's last name? Does he have
Come
one?
back when if you have tech.
Son Goku? I was trying to make a pun off of Ashina.
I'm glad you've come,
Ginichoku
Master Wolf.
son. That's a good bit, right? It's a good joke.
Yes. Bring it here.
I thought so.
Plant the seed into the gourd. Perfect. Now the volume of medicinal waters in your gourd
Hydration
will
station.
increase.
Such a strange medicine.
Is it
A lot of people out there these days telling me Goku is mid, and I'm here to tell you Goku is not mid.
If it's effective, then that's cause for celebration. That's what my mentor Dogen taught me.
Dogen.
Please bring me any other goal. I should be able to further.
The name Dogen, did anyone play Psychonauts, or just me? Because the name Dogen always reminds me of...
Oh,
I was told.
does the if it he is
I think that's just his name in Psychonauts. Is his name Dogen? Is his name Dogen? It is Dogen. It's Dogen. Not really seeing how an alternative is possible. How many sections in this? There are 9 sections. I split it up into three sub-pieces. Yeah, so how an alternative is possible is an excellent question. I am going to assume that he addresses that further along in the text. This is about as far as I have gotten in the past, but I think that he's breaking it down in a very...
Close your eyes. Hear the bell.
constructive sequence. I'm trying to use fancy words and I'm hurting myself over it. Yeah, I think he's building up to that point, you know? But otherwise, I do think what I want to read soon, I want to read... So these are Thought Slime's introductory anarchist texts.
Your thoughts.
He recommends this one, he recommends the ABCs of Anarchy, and he recommends
Their slumber.
Anarchy Works, which I did start, but I didn't finish. Anarchy Works is entirely a collection of evidence of how anarchy works in the real world, based off of societies that you may not have heard about, because in Western education systems we only learn about the West. But yeah, I'd like to continue and read these 3 introductory texts if you're still interested, and then we can go on to decide from there what else we want to read. You know, I've been getting a lot of David Graeber recently. I might want to read Bullshit Jobs and other things. Let me pull up my text here. I'm glad that you're getting into it. To be honest, I was not expecting any of my IRL fans to read along with me. Let's look at my quotes. Yeah, so basically the big thing is how do you think we got here, you know? Do you think mankind was always ruled by some kind of government body? Because in reality, for most of history, small groups of people just kind of... Yeah, exactly. Some really good examples are a lot of Native American tribes, a lot of indigenous tribes in a lot of places, actually. The Native Americans are closest to home for me. I live in the United States. But yeah, basically, what he says later on in the text is how the education system is not only complicit, but is in fact a tool in convincing us that government is necessary by completely neglecting to talk about all of the societies who have existed without a governing body. Which is where texts like Anarchy Works come in. When we get to that, it'll be a bunch of examples of not only how a society works, but how a military works, how emergency response works, and things like that. No, you're not bad. It's okay. This is completely unstructured. I'm just trying to motivate myself to read, so you're good. You can find everything that I want to read on the Anarchist Library. It is a website. I'm not sure if it's a .com. I think it's a .com or a .org. I forgot to get my shurikens equipped. I guess it's too late. I'm going to keep going. But yeah. I'm glad that you're vibing. And basically, the thing about anarchism, as far as like an alternative, the real strength of it is that each individual society would have the right to decide for itself what kind of a system it wants to use. There are some groups like the libertarian socialist experiment going on in Rojava in Syria right now are doing like a collection of councils with delegates that can be recalled at any time. The Zapatistas in Mexico are not anarchists explicitly, but they have a horizontal society with no rulers. And then there's even the CHOP in Seattle during the Black Lives Matter protests were so you'd have organizers, people who are good at getting people together and doing things, but they would do direct voting to decide what would happen. And then people would start their own initiatives, like a bunch of medical mutual aid tents went up on their own just because a small group of people got together and was like, hey, we need first aid. They started farms in the streets because a group of people got together and was like, hey, we should grow food. And basically, how to organize is the hardest part because it's going to depend on each individual group of people. There's no overarching single way that's going to be done. Anarchy isn't a societal structure, It's like a method of analysis. It's like a direction to be moving toward, rather than a single way of doing things.
What happened?
Thieves at Hirata Estate. You must hurry. The divine error.
Yeah. It's such a paradigm shift in your own head when you realize that, people have existed forever without a state, The United States of America is like a 200-year blip in a multi-thousand-year endeavor that is the human race, How do indigenous tribes get on, even to this day? How do frickin' in a disaster zone like New Orleans during Hurricane Katrina, you see the community comes together and governs itself. It tells itself what to do.
What year is it? Tell me.
Every example that I have ever seen of the state being absent is a positive example of people coming together and deciding for themselves how they want to live and run their own society.
What is this?
Every study that I've ever seen, there was a study done in New York where I can't remember the reason, but they withdrew the police from a neighborhood in New York, and crime went down because people just took care of it. There's Hurricane Katrina. There's the CHOP from the Black Lives Matter protests. It's crazy. I'm excited to get into anarchy works because this is usually the hardest part, is just realizing how, he attacks 3 times. This is usually the hardest part, is realizing that, it works. Things work on their own because people want them to work. Which I might be jumping ahead a little bit to section 3, but that's my favorite part of the reading so far, is that he's very optimistic about it, My quote that I put up at the beginning of the stream is about how we are social animals. The things that we do are the progress that we have achieved is because we coordinate and cooperate. It's because we are social that we are who we are, and the state would have you believe that we are beings of chaos, of self-service. But really and truly, at the end of the day, every example goes to show that without coercion, we cooperate. It's nice. It's nice. I like it. Anarchism is ultimately a very optimistic political ideology, and I like that a lot. It's really what drew me in. I didn't even know you could carry the dogs. But that's cool as heck. That's super fly. Who are you calling for, bud? It's just you. Let's see. Yeah, so the first quote I have on here. Thus, having been born and bred in bondage, when the descendants of a long line of slaves started to think, they believed that slavery was an essential condition of life, and freedom seemed impossible to them. We were born and raised by people, like two people who were born and raised in a capitalist hierarchical society. So of course we believe that that is necessary to live, but it is not. But it is not. We are slaves. Like in the technical definition of the word, it's work or die. That is slavery. Not to discount the horrors of chattel slavery. God, no, things have gotten much better since then. But by the technical definition of slavery, we have no choice but to work for a master or die. That is slavery. So yeah, slaves born in bondage. Convinced ourselves that being a slave is necessary. I want to be a carp. I want... You guys, we don't think this is dumb. I know it's inefficient, but I want the floating passage. It's the coolest special move in the game, and I used it a lot. This particular text is called Anarchy by Enrico Malatesta. It is a pamphlet. It is not a full book, so it's nice and easy to read. The power vacuum in the Middle East. So, yes. This is a concept that hasn't been touched on yet in our reading, which I'm hoping that we'll get to in some reading at some time. But a big central part of anarchist organization is the idea of prefigurative politics. And what that means is that we should structure our revolutionary action in the way that we want our society to be when it's done, you know? It is important that when we do organization and we do direct action, we do it as a horizontal structure. We do it with direct democracy. It's important that we do that because not only does that mean we're not hypocrites, but it also means that we learn how to be self-governing through the process of creating that self-governance, you know? Like a large portion of the reason that our electoral system, that most people don't or wouldn't know how to run our society, is because in our electoral system we are so far removed from the process that we don't understand how it works anymore, you know? But in a society where the people are expected to vote on every issue, and the people are expected to have a hand in the way things are run, that's bullying. I'm being bullied. Those people are more politically engaged, they're more politically literate, and they are more willing and able to make decisions that are good for them and the people around them. It's like like David Graeber says, if you assume people are going to act like children, then they are. If you give people power and you trust them to act like adults, they will do so. You know? Plus, it's always a learning process. You know, we're never going to be done. That was a big thing in the book that I read in our book club that I quit. The Dispossessed by Ursula K. Le Guin is a book about an anarchist society and how it falls victim to the people got comfortable in that society and they believed that they had power even though they were slowly losing it to councils who were gaining like social power. You know, it's important to recognize that anarchism is a process, and you always have to be vigilant. David Graeber always says that he was not an anarchist. Anarchism is something that he did. Taking too many shots, man. Taking too many shots, man. I quoted the definition of the word state as Malatesta describes it because I thought that was a really good, not necessarily succinct, it's like 2 or 3 paragraphs, but very comprehensive definition of the state, or what people mean by the state. And then there's a quote about how people believe or pretend to believe that anarchists want a state of social isolation or savagery and chaos when we don't. Yeah, exactly. So the state is the sum total of all coercive powers that effectively rule, not just the government. Because, as he was saying, in a capitalist environment, often the people who wield the most power are the lobbyists, the think tanks, the non-government organizations, corporations. And that's an important thing to realize. And then I quoted that point about how people look on the government as a moral institution separate from the people who are actually running it. But it's important to recognize that the people who are running it are the ones who are running it. Like, the government doesn't mean anything on its own. If your government is full of, you know, people accepting corporate money or lobbyists or whatever, then obviously the government doesn't stand for anything except what those people stand for. Oh man, I have too many quotes. This is very difficult to do while playing Sekiro. No. Don't fall. Beauty. Hooah! What's all this? Is anybody even watching? You can brute force a lot of this game, it turns out. Because I'm playing really badly. I obviously want this to be a political platform. You know, it is my platform, it is what I love to talk about, and it is the kind of audience that I want to court. But especially while it's just, you know, y'all, my friends here in chat, let me know if I'm overdoing it. Because obviously I'd love to have you around. This is a thing that my partner and I have been talking about for a long time. Marissa, you guys know who she is. We apologize for the things that we love even before people complain about it. That is not healthy. But I'm working on it. I'm working on it. It's especially difficult when I feel like I'm talking, just into a camera. The stream delay is insane. So maybe I just need to let things breathe a little bit longer. Stop. Yeah, I feel you. I can't know what you're doing on the other side of the keyboard. I need to be more forgiving of myself. I need to be more strong in my convictions, the things that I care about.
Those worthless bastards. Hello.
So, there's a short quote in here that I think kind of sums up my counter-argument to the biggest argument against decentralized power. Is that when you bring it up to people, what's the first thing they tell you every time? It's always, if no one's in charge to stop the bad guys, people will be self-serving, they'll cause chaos. Who's going to stop them from just robbing you? That's always the first thing, every single time. And my question is, and Malatesta's question is, if you truly believe that people if you truly believe that people are evil and self-serving and they're going to hurt you when they get the chance, why do you want a small handful of them having total control over your entire life?
Hey, open up.
When you could instead have the power to decide for yourself.
If you don't surrender peaceably now, you're going to regret it later. Hey, can you hear me? Hey!
Based Malatestes. That's always been such an interesting thing, and I always forget to bring it up, because it's such a good, a 1-2 punch in a casual conversation, But every single time, they're like, but we need people in charge to tell us what to do. And I'm like, but you think people are bad, so why would you give them that power? I think people are good. And I still think it's good not to let people have institutional power. Because it turns out, power makes people do bad things. Because they'll want to keep that power. It's all based off of incentives. Our entire society right now is based off of manufacturing profit. It's based off of gaining power and keeping power because that's the only way to keep yourself from being on the bottom of the power chain. But if we just got rid of the reasons why those incentives are in place, then people won't do that. You know? I don't know, man. I just don't want to have to go to work every fucking day. That's all it is. I hate my boss. And I think people should eat. I think people should eat. And I don't think people should have to work to eat. I did not get the loaded axe yet. I am making my way through the level, bit by bit, kind of not in any sort of sequence. Can I unlock the Mikiri counter yet? Or just nah? Because it's the only thing that I care about. Did I give Emma that gourd seed already?
We burning this temple next, boss? No, leave it. Go on to the next one.
Yeah, I will. That person beat my ass so many times in both playthroughs so far. Woo, it's gonna be fun on stream. Don't apologize for having a thick skull, buddy. Call me when you crack open the monkey booze. Oh, baby. I live for the monkey booze. I took today off of work because I was so hungover yesterday I didn't get a chance to enjoy my weekend. I live in a state of regret. I don't know why I keep doing it to myself, folks. I don't know why I keep doing it to myself. I have not been able to drink responsibly for basically my entire drinking career, and I just keep at it. Taylor knows. I keep accidentally not killing the guy with the axe. Ha, accidentally. Very bad for my health. Because I should be killing the guy with the axe. Pained groans.
It'll make your wounds worse. No, I must go. There is a shinobi hunter among the bandits. He's hiding.
More grog.
If I don't face him,
That's a joke. This is water.
I did it. You are
This is
no
grog.
victim.
Lone Star Beer. The national beer of Texas. That's not setting off any red flags. I don't know what will. What Grogu calls his nut. Yes. Grogu is incapable of nutting. I refuse to allow you to sexualize a child.
Yes.
Even a green child. Especially a green child.
Be seen when sees myself. Wait, tell me you didn't lead them here yourself. The timing of their attack was perfect. Normally those bandits wouldn't have stood. Yes, I hope you.
I hope I die too, man. He is a puppet. He is a cute puppet. Correction.
Try not to move. It'll make your wounds worse.
Puppets cannot.
I must go. There is a shinobi hunter among the bandits. He's highly skilled. If I don't face him.
I forbid it. You are in no control.
I mean, if you want to go by otaku logic, he's 50.
Who are you?
I'm not a thief.
You're the young lords. Oh, thank goodness.
I don't condone.
Shinobi.
I don't condone
These bandits are after
lollyism.
the young lord. They've already climbed the hill and
It's
set the
disgusting,
estate on
dude.
fire. It looked as if the
I'm
young
begging
lord
you to
had
go
no way
outside.
escape. I have you, Shinobi. Please
Hello,
don't
welcome.
go.
If you're wondering, I'm making fun of weebs, but for good reasons.
I pray it is of help.
Thank you.
That's my goal on this channel, folks. My goal is to have the good opinion TM. That's my brand. Oh, I love this dude.
Hey, good sir. Are you a looter too?
Looting is good.
Good sir, you look like a shinobi, I think.
Hypothetically.
Are you looking for something? Well,
Making fun of weebs is always acceptable.
I found
Thank you,
this
thank you,
place
thank you,
first.
thank you.
So, keep your eyes peeled out there, huh?
That feels so bad. You
Come
killed
in
my
the door,
boy?
Jill.
The pirate? Am I gonna give him a
By the
big
way, I
fella?
was on my way
What do
here.
you
I saw
mean?
the three-story pagoda
Oh,
up
a big
there.
fella,
It
yes.
was a
Well,
fine pagoda.
am I?
Really fine. I bet
She's a
there's
demon
some
lord,
kind of
300 years
treasure
old.
kept in there.
Yeah, well, you like her because she looks
That's
sick.
what I think at least.
Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, good sir, keep your eyes peeled.
Ian, to answer your question, I don't know because I feel like I want to give Big Boy a happy ending. You know?
Really fine.
I don't want to make him like a servant
Some kind of treasure kept in there.
to some.
Gotta be. That's what I think. like it.
To some rise and grind side hustle type beat. It feels bad. I know that shop discount is like extremely useful, but is it that useful? Yeah, right? I feel like we should be past that by now. I've seen that argument on the internet for so many years, and it has never been better. It's always been bad. Hello, by the way. Welcome to the stream. It's nice to see a new name in here. Most of the people I'm talking to right now are people I know IRL. How's your Monday evening going? I agree with you, but I think they should stop making cartoons to encourage that. They should stop making cartoons to encourage that behavior. It's disgusting. Disgusting! I do believe people who are attracted to children... Oh, Tuesday morning, watching from another time zone, huh? That's tough. Yeah, I do believe that people who are suffering from unhealthy appetites, let's say, should be able to seek help. But also, they should stop. You know? Oh! Have we been chatting in the Discord server? I'm still trying to learn everyone's names there. I jumped into 3 Discord servers recently, and there are like 800 new people I'm trying to get familiar with. I'm glad you stopped by. You missed most of our discussion about Malatesta's Anarchy, but we'll be popping back. We finished reading the first 3 sections of it for today. I'm going to read the next 3 sections of it for next weekend. Now, does anybody know when I get to learn the Mikiri counter, or am I just shit out of luck? I'm gonna kill the axe dude first this time. Big brain! Early one of the first skill trees. When do I unlock the ability to go into the skill trees, though, is the question. Because I don't seem to have that yet. Ooh, ooh. I got nothing. I'm sure it'll come up. Ooh, I don't have the loaded axe yet. It's all bad. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the... I'm gonna go start unlocking my shinobi tools. I'm gonna start boink whipping some shurikens out. Boink whip, boink whip. That's the wrong button. Gonna need him for the butterfly. That butterfly... I'm gonna get heated. I'm gonna get heated. I bet we'll get to her tonight. I bet we'll get to her tonight. I don't know if I'll beat her tonight, but we'll get there. Hydrate. I didn't watch any of Skate Infinity. I still want to see if I can stream it off of my PlayStation. Yes. It should be treated. It should be opened up to treatment without judgment, so that people will actually seek help. But, you know, it's a similar line as, like, with rehabilitating Nazis, you know? Like, yes, people who want to change should always be given the opportunity to change, but the first priority should always be to protect those who are vulnerable from those who would do harm. So, like, they should have the opportunity to seek help, but in the meantime, we gotta make sure that just stops.
Master Wolf.
Yeah. I don't have any gourd seeds. I can't carry any more cartridges.
What is it?
Seems to me your battle sense has returned. You're more like a shinobi than before. If fitness.
Yeah. Shinobi esoteric text. That's the one.
What is it?
Inter Electro. I never beat either of those games.
Within,
Not without cheat codes.
Techniques that cannot be performed by samurai. Whether you make use of them or not, shinobi aren't the only one.
Did anybody else play those? They were the Nintendo 64/PlayStation 1 era Spider-Man games. Top quality games, for the record.
I found... Yes.
I said before, by fitting thick shields,
The arm
into splinters,
is a
swift foes,
fang.
bring them down
Like
from
that.
afar, fitting more devices,
Like
leave
that.
more ways to slay your enemies.
Like that.
If there's, that's all there is. The more activity.
So I wanted to get my ears pierced, but COVID. But COVID. So that sucks. So what I did instead was I ordered one of those non-piercing cuffs that I could put on my cartilage. It's a skeleton hand. It should come in within the week. I'm very excited.
The shinobi prosthetic. Appears you've taken to it quite well here.
Gimme.
What is it?
It contains ways to bite into your foes with that. In other words, fighting techniques for your prosthetic arm.
I see.
I
see.
had thought that prosthetic technique, but it seems.
Prosthetic techniques should never be needed again. I don't have nothing.
Yes, don't do it.
Don't do anything funny with it. No funny business. This guy's not like not like Gehrman. He does not encourage you play with the doll. Acquire skills. Mikiri counter. No. No. I think I want to save up for suppressed presence, right? I don't care about Whirlwind Slash. Oh, thank you. No, I'm kind of proud, and I like to think that I'm pretty good at this game, so I'm going to go fight Butterfly. Also, I think that's a better order to do things, because it lets me... I don't know, when I played the 100% guide last time, they told me to do Butterfly first. I don't remember why, but I'm going to do it. Yeah, I want to suppress presence. I'm going to save up for that. Mikiri counter is so easy to abuse. That's true. That is huge. Also, I feel like I'm pretty good at fighting Butterfly. I think I'll be okay. You can go ahead and cut it here in the VOD and make the edit where I die like 8 times on the Butterfly. That'll be a good joke. That's a neat trick. Let's try spinning. Nope. I'm bad and I regret everything. My understanding is that most child molesters are either victims of child abuse themselves or target children because they are vulnerable rather than because they like children. We prevent more victims being made and we largely fix both issues. No, do not apologize for being slow at typing. The stream delay is mostly what's causing the issues here. I personally don't have a whole lot of knowledge on the subject of child molesters, but I truly believe that. And yeah, I mean, 2 birds, 1 stone. Is there really anything that's better? I mean, not killing birds is better, but you get me. You don't have any delay? I wonder if it's just on my end then. I'm running this, this is the jankiest streaming setup of all time, because my PC is like 800 years old, so I'm running on my stream manager on my MacBook over here from 2013, and I'm streaming off of my PlayStation 5 directly, because it's the only thing with any kind of hardware. I don't want to get ahead of myself. I don't have any kind of setup for like tips or anything. Yeah, I think that's what I mean. But yeah, I don't have any kind of setup for tips or anything. I was mostly waiting to figure that out to see if I would be any kind of successful here. But I don't know, maybe one day I'll have a way for people to support me buying new hardware and upping my game. Thank you! I like to think it's functional. I did invest a little bit in it. I bought the camera. I guess I'm a PlayStation shill. What can I say? I just thought I would be more engaging if you could see my silly face. I mean, thank the PlayStation 5. Until my games keep crashing, which has been happening quite a lot. Full disclosure, if you buy the PS5, I don't think it's perfect yet. Let me tell you. Okay, how do I want to approach this? Who do I kill first? There's the scary guy, but then there's like 8 other people. Stealth kill everyone? This person's really observant, though. You must be better at the stealth portion of this game than I am, because I have never made that work out. Can I jump over there and kill those 2 first? Ceramic shard. I always forget about them, because they never work for me. Ooh, do I have any... I don't have any of the good sugar. Oh, that's how it works. I thought you threw them somewhere and they made a sound. I didn't know you had to hit somebody with them. Wow, this is why you play games on stream. So your little brother can tell you how to win. Okay, so that's not stealthy at all. This is bad. It turns out there is one thing that it covers up there on the top right. Is there anything in the top left of this game? My experience bar is on the top right. Boss health. You're correct. Does that sound heinous over this microphone? I've been going through my VODs every day to try to pick out highlights for newcomers to the channel. And listening to myself in this microphone, you guys have all been very positive, and you've told me that the audio quality is great, but like, is it, or are you lying to me? I don't know, man. This is like the cheapest headset I could find. Making a lot of sound there, Wolf. Making a lot of sound. Do I take solace in that fact? I know you wouldn't lie to me most times, but would you lie to me to be supportive? Okay. It's all bad. It's all bad. That was not a thrust. You can't Mikiri counter that. You can that. Just spam the circle button. Just spam the circle button and you can't lose. Oh, hello. Look, is this guy even hard? Is this game even hard? Jump and press the circle button always. I see you're a Sekiro veteran yourself. I adore this game. I feel very silly playing it on stream because I'm not as good as I thought I was, but I don't care. Yeah, that's actually a really good point. That's the way to get good at this whole game. They don't tell you. Like, you can't I approached this game the first time I played it as a Dark Souls veteran, and you can't approach this game as a Dark Souls veteran, because like on the gorilla boss later, I just assumed that you couldn't block big attacks, but you can. You can block everything. You can block anything and everything, and it makes the whole game easier. It's perfect, and I love it. It is my favorite game. Its biggest shortcoming is exactly the discourse that happened when it came out, that it does not have any accessibility options for people who can't play fast-paced, reaction-based timing games. But I'm happy to play it for you if you can. I didn't miss anything back there, right? Like the Mistraven Feather is further ahead? Am I crazy? Am I crazy? Am I crazy? Sorry, what is the stance on crazy? Is it like a fine colloquialism or is it ableism? That's a good faith question, by the way. I'm legitimately trying to improve myself here. I'm not one of those boomers that's like, can't keep up with PC culture these days. I actually think it's good to be nice to people. I think that's true. I just know there are certain words that people don't like. And I would like to not use words that people don't like. Yeah, especially as someone who is self-diagnosing and is likely neurodivergent in some way, boy howdy, do I understand. Like, the word lazy really sets me off. Yeah, that's fair. That's another one of my not-so-hot takes, is that laziness doesn't exist. And if you call someone lazy, you are likely just not meeting their needs. That's me. Okay, that's comforting. I'm sure there's a better word for everything, but I try not to beat myself up too much about it. Yeah, exactly, that's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. You and me both, brother. Actual, literal brother. I believed myself to be like a dropout. I didn't actually literally drop out, but I believed myself to be like a lazy dropout type for my entire life. And it turns out, no, actually, the entire world is just out to get me. And that's not conspiratorial thinking for once. Come here, big fella. Nope. That's the kind of thing that I meant. When you go in to play this game, you can block everything. It's beautiful. Yeah, that's another level up. Yeah, it is. You know what actually might be harder for me than Madame Butterfly is the Drunkard. Juzo the Drunkard. Ooh, yeah, it's Purple Shinobi time. I take it back. Purple Shinobi time might be harder for me than Juzo the Drunkard. I want to become a carp. The loaded shuriken is going to be the most useful, I think, against the shinobi. If you use it properly against, like, people who jump up in the air, it's really good. I slept on it my first playthrough. But it's really busted against Madame Butterfly, in fact. In fact... Told you this is going to be hard for me. You can make Yuri counter as foot, though, right? Yeah, you can. Alright, I'm going to catch up on chat as soon as this fight's over. Alright. One thing I've noticed about enemies with long swords is that their swords seem to play tricks on my eyes. Yes, I agree, because the tip of the sword gets to you way later than his arm swings. Neuro is real hard to spell. I state one is crazy because they're like schizophrenic or something. I take issue. Yeah, I agree. I don't know. Sometimes I worry that it's like the OCD thing, where like a completely neurotypical person will be like, "Oh, I'm so OCD," you know. When I'm like, "Am I crazy?" I wonder if that's just the same thing. For the record, I think you'd know if you were OCD. Nope, this is the wrong way. I don't know. I feel like we're all learning. And it's so much easier than I thought, too. In case you were wondering, I used to be a chud. I literally described myself when I was in college as socially liberal and fiscally conservative. Those are the exact words that I use. So that's my background. I was one of those people that was like, it's so hard to keep up with it. But it's so easy to learn. Just assume that people aren't trying to be mean to you. Get out of your vanity bubble for a second, and it's actually fine. Ooh, that one hurt. Okay, so we know he can one-shot with my kicks, so I shouldn't even be worried about healing so much, I think. That's something that, YouTuber and streamer that I really like, Vamer Sophie, really brought up in their political discussion stream last Monday when they were talking about land back. It's like, if you're a white dude, literally, it's not about you. Just for 1 second. It's just not about you. And I think that's hard. And I think I understand why it's hard, you know, because to get all jargony on you, in a neoliberal society, the individual is the base unit of society. So like, yeah, you've been told your entire life that some Polynesian spears had feathers on the strings attached so they would distract their opponent and miscalculate the position. That is a really cool fact, and I 100% fully believe it would work. Just because a video game can make me question my own perception based on how long a sword is. So a brightly colored feather would definitely do it. What was I just saying? I was in the middle of saying a thing. Fine. My partner is trying to tell me what I was just saying, but I can't hear it through the headset. But she knows that I love her. Oh, yeah. I can understand why white dudes would think that everything's about them, because... Oh, chud is a derogatory term used mostly by leftists to be like online debate guys who don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But yeah, I can understand why someone would think that everything is about them, raised in a society that tells them everything is about them, is all I'm trying to say. I'm doing badly. It's funny because these are the guys that I would, yeah, I'm extremely online these days. Twitter is my home. When in doubt, just rapid tap L1, baby. Ooh. Yeah. I was talking about, I don't know if you're in Pamphleteer's Discord, or if you're in the Leftist Community Center, or if you're in Jack Saint's Discord. But I was talking about, or Pamphleteer was talking about on their stream. I've lost my train of thought completely. Twitter! Falling from great heights. Yeah, I feel you. Twitter. Twitter is a bad place. Because just the way that it's set up is designed to
Your death is not your fate.
one-up arguments rather than actually solve anything. Because it's another place where everything is about you. So someone asking a legitimate good faith question at you is going to up the argument because you're going to take it as an affront to your take, and then there's no one around to be like, should you guys really be arguing about this? This is bad. This happened earlier than I thought it would. Ahaha! That was the first one I joined. Sophie is fantastic. I discovered Jess through them, but I love them both dearly. And I'm having a wonderful time in the Discord. I'm glad that you stopped by. I'm sure that we probably have already talked about something. What am I doing? Talking about Dragonrot. Talking about Dragonrot.
Have you seen the sculptor lately?
Yes. He's...
All I know is what Dogen told me long ago.
Yeah, it all started with
Dragon's
Sophie's
heritage will bestow the power of
political
resurrection.
discourse stream.
However,
That was
it
beautiful.
is not any ordinary power. Repeated use leads
It's just
to
such a good use of the platform
which will eventually
to,
reach a point where it
have like a lecture, like a seminar type setting, but where everyone is able to ask questions.
A disease.
It's really informative. I had a great time.
He knew much
I recommend it for everyone else.
Even so,
Follow
he was unable to
Vamer Sophie on Twitch. And next Monday, I think it'll be in the morning,
However,
but Monday morning, talking about more political
The
stuff
first step
in a
is to look through
Q&A
my
type
mentor's
format.
research and see if I can discover a way.
Thank you.
Okay.
So then, goodbye.
So I'm supposed to be getting sample of dragon rot? I have not been paying any attention.
Stagnant disease that we... What? You don't need to... I'm not...
If you guys need me to slow down
Difficult for
on
me to speak now.
conversations,
Ask Emma about
I can do
this.
that.
What is it?
Yeah, Curio Vids, I have watched all their work all the way through many, many times. One of the main reasons why I'm pretty sure that I do have ADHD is because I literally always have a YouTube video playing. So my favorite YouTubers get replayed over and over and over and over and over. And it was exciting to start discovering people like Pamphleteer and that Jess. Just more content for my unending consumption. That's actually why this is such a great format for me, because I get to play the game, and it actually helps me focus that I get to keep engaging in something else. It's like a fidget spinner. What do I do? Acquiring skills. Psych? I'm not. Thanks. What time is it? 8:30? We gotta power through if we're gonna get to Butterfly. It might just be Juzo today, and that's only if I beat Purple Shinobi relatively soon. So one thing that I didn't realize was that I'm pretty sure I can raid other streams even if I'm not an affiliate. So I'm going to start ending streams that way. And my good IRL friends, I hope that you trust my taste enough to hang out with the streamers that I take you to. I'm sure there's something going on tonight. We'll find out at 9. Do you guys ever jump away instead of jumping over their head? I do that all the time. Literally always. It is so hard to pull that off because I'm always holding forward. Okay, I need to calm down. Remember, holding guard increases your posture faster. Something I always forget. Drink up. This is it. Last chance. Stop, stop. 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 It's getting tense in here. A little late, but you know what? Something better Nate than leopard. Anybody ever hear that joke? Better Nate than leopard? Terrible joke. Don't let anybody tell you that joke. If you ever hear Nate the snake, run away. Thank you. It's like that meme. You saved my life. You literally had nothing for the unseen aid to protect. It's stupid. It's like a... I'm trying to think of a prominent one. Yeah, I had a friend whose specialty in high school was telling the never-ending joke. And the Nate the Snake joke, the setup is that there's a snake, and the snake is named Nate, and Nate protects a lever that would end the world if the lever was ever pulled. And so the joke, the whole point is that the bit continues to go on and on and on of scenarios where the lever almost gets pulled, but then the joke just keeps going with no punchline for a long time. And then at the end, the punchline is that like a truck runs off the side of the road and it's about to hit the lever, and then it swerves and it kills Nate instead. And the punchline is better Nate than lever. It's bad. It's a joke designed to waste your time. My buddy Stu, I believe he literally wasted hours of my life on that joke. Alright, I'm gonna have to read that message after I get out of this, because the full thing isn't showing up on my... Okay. Moneyless anarchist societies? Okay, so what we really, really need to do is push up Anarchy Works to be the next book that we're going to talk about, because Anarchy Works is entirely a book of real practical examples of anarchist principles in action. It's well sourced, well researched, talking about like indigenous tribes, talking about like peasant societies after the fall of feudalism, talking about like the Zapatistas, talking about the Paris Commune, revolutionary Catalonia, the New Orleans during Hurricane Katrina, like all of these examples that I rattle off that I don't know a whole lot about, but I know the examples. And I'm sure that there are some moneyless societies. But basically, like, have you heard of the concept of a gift economy? But basically I'll never give up. I'll be here fighting the same guy all day, I swear to goodness. I'll come back next Sunday, too. Bet. You think I won't? In a gift economy, the idea is that things are given freely because people need things, not for any other reason. So, like, your neighbor finds out that your shoes are torn, and they give you a new pair of shoes. And the idea is that they don't expect anything in return. But because you have all developed a good sense of community, the next time that your neighbor who gave you those shoes needs something, you will be willing and able to give it. And that's kind of how a moneyless society would work. Basically, things would be freely given because they are needed, rather than attributing some arbitrary value to it. So it's not even a bartering. It's not a one-for-one in any way. It's completely based off of need and availability. If someone needs food 3 months in a row and they can't provide anything in return, that's fine. You give them food because there is food. Any practical examples of it working? I can't name any off the top of my head, but I'm sure that we will find some. It takes a while to be convinced of it, because like even while I was starting to learn about socialism and I was starting to lean socialist, I was finding myself like agreeing with things that anarchists said and being scared of that, because it's such a bad word, right? But hey, that's what I'm hoping that I can do with my platform, is talk about the stuff that really speaks to me and why I agree with the things that I do, and maybe come to some sort of... there's a group in Mexico, the Zapatistas. They are not explicitly anarchist. They specifically have in their bylaws that they don't subscribe to any ideology. But they are a horizontally structured rebel society that exists separate from the Mexican government. They exist in a region of Mexico that the Mexican government doesn't oversee. And they take care of themselves. And everything that they have is freely given to everyone in their society. It is cool. I know a lot of anarchists on Twitter who have their finger on the pulse of these Zapatistas, who know when they need money, funding, and things like that. I know a lot of donation links. Maybe at some point I'd be able to help out with stuff like that. Yeah, so as far as full societal participation, I think we can have that for like nice things. But really, what do you need on a day-to-day basis, you know? You know? Like if it's just food, you and your two neighbors can grow enough food for all of you. As long as the land is available. Hey, I'm glad. I'm really glad. I like... This is the best stream that I have ever had of my, 2 weeks of streaming now? Whatever. This is the best stream. This is exactly what I wanted. I wanted a space where everybody is willing and happy and engaging in good faith so that we can really talk about things. And now that we are... now that we are talking about the basics of it, I'm hoping that as time goes on, we can all kind of get on the same base level and we can start having the more interesting conversations that are more difficult later on. And I think creating a space where everybody is acting in good faith is the most important step in that process. And I want to assume, as I go forward, that everyone who comes in is going to be acting in good faith until proven otherwise. But I haven't seen any examples of, except on some larger channels, you see some people pop in, say something racist, and then immediately get banned. But I want to assume everyone's acting in good faith until it is proven that they are not. Because that's more fun, more interesting, and more productive. I think. Alright, here's my fear. Am I going to have to perfect this fight? Because I don't have any, breathing room in health or poise. I'm gonna have to perfect this fight, huh? Yeah. You can't self-kill him, because he's on top of a roof that you can't get to, and he jumps down when he sees you. But I can do it. Start using my shuriken when he jumps up in the air. This is the final boss of Sekiro stream number 2. Draw aggro, drop back down. It's de-aggroed. Oh, that's lame though. I'm not saying I haven't done it in this game, but I'd rather not. I also don't need the Miss Raven Feather right now, but I want it. It's one of my favorite Milo rap lines in one of his Scallops Hotel projects. He says, "I know property is theft, but there's still some things I'm wanting, so I might take them." It collects lightning. That I did not know. I would love to engage with that comment, but I can't actually read it at the moment, so just one sec. Alright. Gather yourself. I have a death still. A free death to go. No! Okay, let's see. If a man don't want to get help, he won't get help. That's how I heard it justified. I believe selfishness is not a strong part of human nature personally, and I feel I can say that with more confidence as anthropology is what I wanted to get into. First of all, official education doesn't mean a whole lot. I take your opinion with just as much seriousness whether or not you're officially educated, because my official education taught me almost nothing, and I learned everything that I needed to learn after I graduated. So I agree with what Ian's saying here. I am a bit of a humanist. It might be naive of me, but I truly believe that on the whole, people tend towards being social, cooperative, and nice to each other. However, I don't think that it really matters, because anarchist philosophy is the only one that I have seen that accounts for human nature being unquantifiable and unpredictable. It's the only ideology that says, okay, maybe some people will take advantage of a bad situation, and the only way that we can prevent that from being extremely harmful is by not letting those people have institutional power. You know, it's as Thought Slime says, who is one of my favorite YouTubers, I highly recommend him. Thought Slime says it's the most wholly consistent ideology that tackles like everything. It has an answer for everything. Because I believe that people are inherently social and cooperative. But most anarchists don't necessarily. They just know that institutional power creates incentive to abuse it. So we should remove institutional power so that people who are power hungry or selfish or whatever can't abuse it. And that's how we win. And that's how the good guys win. But yeah, also every example that I've ever seen of people who are free to do as they want to will act cooperatively and help each other. Oh, no, I get it. It really did, didn't it? I only recently came out as non-binary, and I am also leaning towards the side of the spectrum that is masculine. So I also use man for everything. I still accept he, him pronouns. You're not offending anybody in this chat. Okay, let's see how far I can get. Let's see if I can get a judo attempt in by 9. And then see if anyone is... Dan Olson is live right now, so is lots of Lottie. I guess that depends on... I don't know. Lottie right now is pushing for a partner. She's trying to get 3,000 followers, so I might raid her stream if you guys are looking for someone to watch. That's not entirely out of altruism. Trying to get some recognition in the community, because I'd love to have some people watch my streams as well. Just full disclosure, I'm a person who wants things for myself. Sorry, can't all be perfect. This man is fucking in it. That's the most London thing I've ever heard. Yeah, I mean, if you want to get really technical about it, which I wouldn't die on this hill because there are a lot of people who have been misgendered in the past, but if you want to get really technical about it, the word man was originally gender neutral. Yeah, that's an interesting thing that I learned. I don't remember if it was Old English or Middle English, where the word man meant human, or like humanity. And then there were two variations of it. Yeah, of course. And I appreciate that. There were two variations of it, and that was were man and with man. Were man being the masculine and with man being the feminine, which is where the word werewolf comes from, meaning man-wolf. That's a fun fact for you. Linguistics is fun.
In the estate mansion, you'll find him. Going through the front is not a...
Yes, sir. Perhaps...
You man, woo man.
Return to the estate entrance. Look for a side route along the cliffs. Take the back entrance through the cemetery. That's your way in.
Understood.
Wolf, never forget the Iron Code.
Yes.
The master is absolute. Wolf.
If there's one thing I've learned from reading a small amount of anarchist theory, the master is nothing.
Father.
Nothing. But me? What about me? I am gonna do the Shura ending, but not first. Not first. I forgot you can't walk on those. Feeling quite silly. I wanna do the all bosses playthrough first. Because the Shura ending is so short. I can do it in NG plus like bap, 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 bap. Oh yeah. I have a great I must accept the master's absolutely yes. But my Friday ritual is watching the newest Thought Slime video on my lunch break, so that when I go back to work, I'm all heated and I'm angry at my boss. It's a fun thing. Doesn't sound like it, but it is. Come here, boy. Oh. Yeah, I feel pretty bad about that one. Oh, I'm alive? Oh, he lives? I can perfect this fight. Okay. Yeah, shout out Thought Slime. I was, my leftist pipeline was, oh, I'm forgetting now. Sean? Philosophy Tube, Thought Slime. I went straight from socialist, question mark, to socialist, probably, to anarchist. That was me. Yeah, Thought Slime has some really comprehensive and really accessible thoughts and takes on anarchism. He's not really Fury heavy, but it works. I'll be perfectly honest, I got into anarchism a little bit because I'm a contrarian at heart. Doesn't mean I don't believe in it. Bulging coin purse. Notices your bulging coin purse. Ooh, what's this? The joke would have been funnier if I could pronounce words correctly. So every time that I go online and I gush about how this game is perfect and there's literally nothing wrong with it in any way, I always forget that the stealth is kind of janky. I don't care, I love it anyway. My baby, my child, my son. Hey, I wish we didn't. Actually, have you considered not? Thought Slime keeps it fun. That's what I like about Thought Slime's channel. I should have used that. It's too late. There's that quote by Emma Goldman, prominent American feminist anarchist, who said, if your revolution doesn't make space for dancing, it's not one I want to be a part of. I'm paraphrasing. But I think Thought Slime understands that really well, and he knows that, like, if we want to have a world where people are happy and having fun, then we have to make sure that we are happy and having fun. Do you mean that it distracts you when you're trying to be stealthy? Or is there a joke that I'm missing here? Yeah, I got in with Sean's videos about how CinemaSins is wrong about everything, because those videos were hilarious. Because when I was on before I discovered, like, left, I don't want to say bread tube. Yes, the stealth flaw is overpowered by literally everything in this game, because it's perfect, and it's my son, and I love it. Oh, that's important, but not yet. I want that one. So I need this. Yes, save for that. What was I just saying? Right, I was into video essays about movies before I got into the left side of YouTube. And so Sean's videos about CinemaSins spoke to me on a spiritual level. What time is it? It's 9! Do you guys think I should call it, or should I go for a Juzo? Should I go for a one-try Juzo kill? This is bad. I guess I'm going for the Juzo kill. Sorry, I've decided for you. I'm also here for Juzo. Juzo gave me so much trouble on the first run-through. So much trouble. I have four discrete drinking vessels over here. Exactly half and half alcohol and water. Why? Couldn't tell you. Yo, who saw me? What do you mean? Ian, what's your move on this one? Do you go for stealth kills, or do you run in with this guy and try to kill everyone before Juzo sees you? Jack Saint? I love Jack Saint. Jack Saint keeps me entertained. You just run in? Alright, let's do it. I recently jumped in on Jack Saint's Discord, which is way bigger than the leftist community center. It's a little overwhelming.
Lord Ishii would never forgive me should let us fight together.
Yeah. If you jump on any of his streams, he will frequently drop a link to be part of his Discord. And they accept everybody, so just get on in there. It's a good time. Where are all the homies? Where are all the homies? Is that it? Oh, there's a guy. That was foolish. I'm regretting my choices. Stop, you violated the law. I never finished Oblivion. I really should. Juzo the Drunkard is my persona. He's tough. I think mostly it's intimidation factor. Also that move. Okay, let's not. My strat for Juzo legit is to set him on fire as often as you can. This is going well. My man's is not going to survive it though. He didn't live. Oh, I forgot he does that twice. I need to recover a little bit of poise. My concentration face silly. I can't see myself. No pellets. Alright, that's perfect then. Easy. Too far. Oh no. Ayah! Anxiety from overinvestment to the stakes. Yes. It's the soul's dilemma, right? You die more to the last sliver of health to every single boss than you do to anything else. Oblivion, shameless plug here. My friend and I are streaming through Oblivion currently. At this moment, of course, because we're doing hopefully on a weekly basis. Absolutely. Yes. discovering small streamers is my favorite thing in the world because of this kind of conversation that we get to have. So I'll give you a follow right frickin' now after I go raid somebody with all 4 of my viewers. Let's get in on lots of Lottie. I'm going to hang out for a little bit. And let's help her hit 3,000 followers so she can be a partner. It's been a lot of fun, guys. Thanks a bunch. I'll be back on Wednesday. Wednesday, same time for my indie game, Midweek Shakeup. I'm playing Return of the Obra Dinn. I would love some help solving puzzles. That would be really great. And then we'll be back next Sunday and Monday for more Sekiro. CST, it is 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Yes, please, link. Absolutely. Until it becomes a problem, I don't mind if people plug. Thanks for coming through. It's been a really good time. But yes, I'll be back on Wednesday, 7 p.m. CST. I'll be back on Sunday in the afternoon. I think it's 2 p.m. CST. And Monday, probably 7 p.m. again. By next weekend, I'd like to be discussing the 6 through 9, or 3 through 6, 3 through 6 of Anarchy by Malatesta. And thanks a lot, guys. Let's go see Lottie. Blah, blah, blah. This is the first time I've done this. Let's see how it works. Blah, blah, blah. Raid now. Now. Help me out here.